Weird.
Weird. Weird.
That is so weird. People are so weird. Like, you're weird.
That's weird.
You're weird.
Talk about weird.
Are we weird?
Talk about weird.
Look at this blankie. I thrifted this like a few years ago. And I only take it out for this time of year because I want to preserve it. It's so good. It's so cute. I'm like, somebody's Nana made this, okay? It makes me so sad when I find beautiful, like, quilts and Afghans at the thrift stores because I'm like, somebody's Nana sat and knitted that for you or, like, crocheted that. And it takes so long to do this, and yarn isn't cheap. So, yeah. I do scoop up the good ones. Anyway, way off subject, but you know what? That's okay. We like to talk about stuff over here. Hi, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are a subscriber. Thank you so much. I noticed I'm almost up to 1,800, and I'm like, I'm so surprised. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. I appreciate everybody who leaves comments, who watches, who hits the thumbs up button. It's overwhelming in a good way. I love it. I love the conversations that we have with each other. I love all of your comments. So many of you are just so insightful and smart, and like that's why I wanted to make videos, because I do feel like there's a lot of times where I'm watching stuff and I'm like, oh, like, am I the only one that thinks this? And it's just a cool way to kind of open up a conversation. So anyway, I'm going to stop being a mushy mush. Let's get into it. So today I was actually scrolling through TikTok. I don't use TikTok very often. I really just go on TikTok. Oh no. I really just go on TikTok to like get content. But I scrolled past the Samira thing and I was watching the parking meter thing. And so we're going to talk about that. But then there's also something else about Samira I just wanted to talk about. So I think, where was the first parking meter? Here, this was the first one. So let's watch this.
Why is there diet culture on the parking meters? Why do we have on the parking meters, sometimes I diet, don't feed me on the following holidays? Why are we promoting fat phobia and diet culture even on the parking meters in LA? It gets to a point. It really does get to a point. This is an issue and this needs to be fixed. West Hollywood, this is actually disgusting. Why is there diet culture on the parking meter?
Okay. First off, Samira, you look amazing, beautiful. Your skin is glowing. Okay, kissed by the sun. You think she'd be happier. Do you like yourself? Because if you did, I don't think you'd be complaining so hard about stuff like this. In my opinion, a lot of times people don't notice, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm way off base, and I absolutely can be and will be wrong. You know, I don't mind being wrong. But in my opinion, the first thing I thought was it's just like not a marketing thing. It's just, I feel like they're using a marketing tactic, but it really is just like an attention grabber. A lot of times when people are putting money in these meters, they're not really reading all of this information. So maybe having like, you know, kind of a, what was the word I was thinking of? It's just kind of an off thing to have on a meter. Like sometimes I diet. It's a little strange, so maybe it's just to get people's attention, and then it's a little silly, it's a little funny. I don't necessarily think it was to poke fun at fat people or people living in larger bodies. It's an inanimate object. It is a meter. So I don't really think that it's like diet culture is on the meters, and she's mad that it's on all of the meters. Like yes, it's going to be on all of the meters because it's an informational tag. And you know, maybe they missed the mark with the little joke that they made, but like it was just probably to catch your attention, and it worked. It worked. It got your attention, and then here you are with your public service announcement letting everybody in LA know, don't feed the meters on these days. See, everybody, look at there's a tag on every meter and it says don't feed the meters on these days. So thank you so much, Samira. I understand. This is one thing that I noticed about activism in general. A lot of activists, the activism becomes their job and their brand name. You know, it's kind of how they platform themselves and sell themselves. And I think that at some point, it's like when, I mean, you can't say that the work is done. The work is never done. But it's like, I do think that we have reached a level of fat acceptance in society where I think that at some point you just need to be a person and stop screaming about all the differences that you have and demanding that everybody accepts you, and just be a person. Yeah, does that make sense? So let's continue. We're going to go through her other parking meter statements. Here's this one.
The parking meter, let's talk about it. But actually, let's read about it. Now, I am not giving these recommendations for anybody who is determined to be dense and misunderstand anything that I am saying. I am recommending these books to people who genuinely would like to unlearn fatphobia and diet culture. And if that sounds like you, I really do recommend starting with Fearing the Black Body by Sabrina Strings. It talks about the racial origins of fatphobia. Yes, racism and fatphobia do intersect, as everything does. And another great book that talks about that same thing is Belly of the Beast by Deshaun L. Harrison. There are so many other books that talk about this topic. These are just some of them. And of course, I understand why people don't think the parking meter is an issue, because we have been conditioned to think that fatphobia isn't an issue, to think that fatphobia doesn't even exist. It is alive and well. So happy reading. Or to those of you who are not going to partake, do whatever you want. I don't know. Do what you gotta do to convince yourself that fatphobia don't exist. The parking meter, let's talk about it.
Going back to that book, Fearing the Black Body, I think that our idea of fat has really been, people think that to be super morbidly obese is the norm for being fat, when Fearing the Black Body, okay, I need to get my thoughts together. I did not have an entire thought formulated before I started trying to speak it into the ether. But it was a time where being super morbidly obese wasn't very prevalent, and it was more talking about the natural fat distribution of different genetics. You know, many Black people have just a different fat distribution than white people, and the same thing with like Asian people, and you know, like even everybody, depending on your genetics, we all have like a different fat distribution pattern, so to say. And I think that book was originally talking about the natural fat distribution for a lot of Black women, where it would end up being like in the hips and thighs and, you know, just a little bit different, you know. I don't think that it's necessarily talking about being super morbidly obese, you know. I think that there was a time when that very thin, straight, waifish flapper body was in style. And I think that it kind of overlapped the time where, like, you know, slavery was abolished and there was more integration with like Black and white culture, especially in like music and like night scene and stuff. Like, people like the fashion and the dancing and the music and like the nightclubs and stuff. And I feel like the style and the fashion was changing. And this is just me. This is like my hot take off the cuff. But I think that it's kind of speaking about that, you know, kind of that change in that thin white wavy flapper body and like maybe a little bit more of a, you know, curvy body, because more Black women were, you know, stepping out and being able to wear what they want and come out and do what they want. And they were influencing style and fashion more. And it wasn't just black men. It wasn't just black women. It was black men too. But I feel like Samira's kind of, it's very feminine centered, if that makes sense. I feel like this subject is very feminine centered, not woman centered, but feminine centered. So I feel like this whole thing really is linked to fashion, in my opinion, or, and I just think that back then, when fearing the black body was probably like, because I don't know like what year it was, and I keep wanting to like state the year. It wasn't normal to be super morbidly obese, and I think Samira in the activism now is more trying to normalize super morbid obesity, and she pulls out this book, Fearing the Black Body, that in my opinion is not. It had nothing to do with super morbid obesity. It had more to do with like the natural fat distribution of the genetics of the black body that they're talking about. Does that make sense? And I also think that it's kind of racist in a way to act like black people are just fat. Like, that's kind of weird in my opinion, because there's a lot of, okay, Africa is like a huge continent, and I mean, I don't know everything, but I do believe that most of the people from Africa are black, right? Black or brown. I can be and probably am wrong. So please correct me. But many people from the continent of Africa are black. And to say that all of them are fat, fearing the black body, it's just weird to me. It's this connotation that like black people are fat. Like, maybe I'm getting it wrong. Maybe I'm missing. Maybe I don't understand. I have not read the book. This is my hot take. So feel free to correct me. But it's just weird to me to pull that book out and say it's racist to, want to be a healthy weight for your body. And yeah, that honestly, like, in my opinion, I feel like being a healthy weight and appreciating the natural shape and fat distribution that your body has at a healthy weight is more like body positive than anything else. Because everybody does have a different fat distribution. That's where we get like apple shapes and pear shapes. And, some people have slim hips. Some people have wide hips. I have kind of like saddlebag hips, and it bothers me. It does. I feel like it doesn't matter how much weight I lose. I always have those little saddlebaggy hip things. But anytime I point it out to anybody else, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't think my friend said these words. She says, I don't think you see your body the way other people do. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're right, girl. Right. Thank you. That's why you're my bestie. But yeah, that's in my opinion what body positivity is. It's like I'm treating my body well. I'm not restricting, in a negative way. I'm not overdoing it. I'm not overworking out. I'm not underworking out. Like, I'm trying to do things to just be genuinely healthy, but like not in a extreme way, because I believe balance is key. And, I have gotten to a healthy weight, a healthy BMI. And, there are little things about my body that I could nitpick, but I feel like the body positivity comes in where I'm like, it's okay if I have a loose belly from having children. It's okay if I have loose skin on my legs and like, little fat on my legs, and like, I have loose skin, I have stretch marks. It's okay. Like, I feel like that's body positivity to me. And I also feel like it is loving your body right where you are right now, so just because you are super morbidly obese, it doesn't mean that you can't love yourself and say, this is my body the way I am. I'm not going to treat my body poorly because I'm super morbidly obese. I'm going to make healthy choices for myself. I'm going to get enough sleep, drink water. I'm going to try to get, a good amount of exercise and, eat the proper amount of calories for my body. And what my body does is what it does. Does that make sense? That was a whole lot of fucking talking. I don't like to talk at all.
Here and over here, and now I'm on Sunset Plaza, and guess what, it's also over here by the Oppenheim group over here, and it's also over here right across from Skims, who does, by the way, make a 4X.
Samira.
So of course I would go into the store and expect they would have the 4X that they make.
It's instructional.
Over here right in front of Lululemon, and this is the one I was at the first time. They are literally everywhere, so do with that what you will. Oh, y'all thought it was just on one parking meter?
Yeah. Samira, it's instructional. It's instructional. It's giving you the instructions on when you need to pay the meter. It's not that deep, and everything is not about you and your friends. Like, everybody doesn't go through the world thinking about the sensitivities of each individual group. You know, there are so many social justice warrior groups out there that it is so hard to just go through life being a regular person without worrying about hurting somebody's fees. You know, I'm sorry, but everything I say isn't directed at somebody to make them particularly feel bad. It's like, and I think a lot of people feel the same way, you know. It's like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Samira, did I watch them all? I think I did. Okay, we have the original one. And then we have her talking about it. We have her, I thought there was another one. Oh, here we go.
Regardless of the parking meter, you should be reading about fatphobia. And I know I already gave some book recs, but there is one more I'd like to recommend. I'm looking for a children's book. Okay, it's called Big by Vashti Harrison. Ooh. Perfect, thank you. Now, what I really love about this book is that it shows how language affects people, especially at such a young age. So I really do think this should be in all school libraries, if it isn't already. And it should probably be in some adult libraries too.
It's more indoctrination. And the thing is that, did you notice that she was able to just walk right into a bookstore and find the exact book that she wanted? It's available. It's out there. And she just wants to indoctrinate everybody and make them read everything that she approves so that they all think the same exact way that she does. And this is not the only group that does this. You know, that's very culty. There's a lot of religious groups that do this. I mean, there's a lot of people within the LGBT community that do this, and that's not me vilifying the LGBT community or anybody within it, but there's just different groups of people that act this way within many different, you know, like cliques. But yeah, it's a little culty to me, in my opinion. You really shouldn't be policing people's thoughts this much. I do understand teaching children the importance of like how you speak. And the best way to do that is to, you know, speak to them the way that you would want them to speak to other people. And it is important to explain to children that like commenting on people's looks or bodies isn't the nice thing to do, you know. Some people don't mind, but some people do. Some people don't even want to be told that they're pretty, and some people don't want to be told that, oh, you look so skinny, or, you know, you lost weight. A lot of times you just don't want to comment at all, you know. And I think that I've heard people in the fat acceptance community make comments like, you know, well, I never get complimented or whatever. And I think that a lot of people these days, in my opinion, are just trying to not make a comment about your appearance be the first thing they say, you know. And if that upsets you, then, like, sorry, your looks is not the most important thing about you. And moving on to that, let me move right along. Your looks is not the most important thing about you. And the thing about Samira is that she's really freaking talented, okay? And she does have really good fashion, but I don't know if I can play this. I hope I can. I don't care. I just won't monetize it, but it's so good.
Let's settle this right now. I should play Princess Tiana. I mean, I'm literally from New Orleans. Mama, I ain't got time for dancing. That's just gonna have to wait a while. I ain't got time for messing around. It's not my style. This old town can slow you down. People take the easy way.
I like her run.
I know exactly where I'm going, getting closer and closer every day. I'm almost there.
She's so good. I love her outfit. It's so cute. And I even noticed that her pan was like a light sage. I'm getting blown up right now. Hell yeah. Okay. She's so fucking talented, okay? I just feel like if she was just herself, like, she's smart, she's college educated, she is beautiful, she's got great fashion.
Let's settle this right now.
So if you can't find me, look to the western sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free. To those who ground me, take a message back from me. Tell them I'm defying gravity. I'm flying high, defying gravity. And soon I'll match them in renown. And nobody in all of Oz, no wizard that there is or was,
I
is
love Samira's skirt. She
ever
looks
gonna bring me down. I hope you're happy. Break me down. And none of it seems to matter anymore.
See? God. And the thing, too, is that, like, they're just such a good they're wearing a similar style. Like, their pants are similar, and they've got kind of, you know, she's got a crop or a tube top on. But I feel like it's just a good representation that it's like they have different body styles and they both look really good. They're both beautiful women, talented women, well known. They've got, you know, their TikTok followings. Like, what is
What do you
wrong?
want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
I do like, well, I can't say I like Samira because I don't really know her very well, but like, look at her.
Can't say if I've been changed for the better. I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you.
Stop.
I have been changed for good. Happy time, happy night, happy days are here again.
God, music is magic. It's fucking insane. Listen to this one.
I won't fall for your games, so don't hate me when I say that you don't do it for me anymore. No, you don't do it for me anymore.
God, God. I love their runs. So, is Samira on Broadway? Is she on Broadway? Dude, she's fucking talented. I want more singing. She can sing. Makes me emotional. Music makes me emotional. I have a show tonight. I'm in a band.
I was in a band, severe tire damage.
And I have a show tonight, so I'm actually going to get off. I'm going to warm up my singing. And try not to be nervous as fuck. So raw, dude. That's why I'm not, like, my hair isn't done. I don't have my makeup on. I'm not dressed or anything. I'm wearing clean clothes, of course, and I freshened up, but I didn't want to put any makeup on because I'm going to be doing a full beat later, and I'm going to do my hair, probably straighten it. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Samira, you're a beautiful girl. You're talented. You're educated. Just be fat and fabulous. Do your thing, baby girl. What are you upsetty about? All right, bye. Oh, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Do all the things. I will be back later. Thank you so much. Bye. Ooh, my shorts are really short. This is my full beat show look. I had lashes on, but they were so uncomfortable I had to rip them off. And you can tell I've got like glue right here. So, and I didn't want to do any kind of like lashes or anything. I'm going to be loading gear in and out, sound checking, and then not playing till like 9 p.m. tonight. So I needed to do something that wouldn't be fucked up. So this is just shadow. That way it's, hopefully it won't sweat off. And I did a really good primer. I actually baked, like powdered, which I usually don't do. It's a little cakey, but I feel like it's gonna look good on stage. Got my good light. Find your light and smize. Anyway, I never do full makeup anymore, not even for my videos, so it was fun. Ooh, look at my hair looking glossy and shiny. Ooh, who is she? Look at that. Okay, anyway, bye.